All right, Shalom. First of all, giving all praises, glory, and honor to YAHAWAH, BaHashem, YAHAWASHI, BaHashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much love, peace, and blessing to all you hopeful elect brothers out there that's pushing this truth across the four corners of the globe. I'm the brother, and not by Ayashi, the GMS Indianapolis camp, coming with another episode to get your mind right. Today we're going to be dealing with 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. It said, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Meaning what? We're not ignorant of what Satan and his children, these Edomites, so-called white people, are doing. Just like here lately, you've been seeing a lot on the news about what? They've been having the young people, the children uprise here in America doing these marches and rallies for what? Gun laws, you know what I'm saying? Regulating and taking away your gun rights. You know what I'm saying? Making it harder for you to purchase a handgun because of why? All these false flag shootings at these schools. You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna bring into play the protocols of the learned elders of Zion, protocol number 12. It said, we control the press. It says, not a single announcement will reach the public without our control. Meaning what? They have control over the media. You see what I'm saying? The Illuminati banking family, which rules this earth, because they tell you in Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Who are the wicked? You top elite banking families. You know what I'm saying? You wicked Edomites. The top family of Edom is what? Amalek, the Amalekites. That's your Illuminati banking family. It said the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. That's you. You see what I'm saying? Because the Negroes don't run this earth. The Native Americans don't run this earth. The so-called Latinos, they don't run this earth. It's you wicked white people that's running this earth. And part of you running this earth is what? The protocols of the learned elders of Zion, which is protocol number 12, which I'm reading. We control the press. It said not a single announcement will reach the public without our control. See what I'm saying? Meaning what? They have control over all the press. See what I'm saying? Everything that you see on your TV, on your news station, these Edomites have full control of it. They control what goes on in the media, what goes on the radio, what goes on over the airwaves, through radio, through TV, you know what I'm saying? Through newspapers, through your magazine. They control it. It said not a single announcement will reach the public without our control. Even now, this is already being attained by us inasmuch as all news items are received by a few agencies, in whose offices they are focused from all parts of the world. These agencies will then be already entirely ours and will give publicity only to what we dictate to them. Meaning what? They're in full control of what you see and hear. You see what I'm saying? It says, if already now we have contrived to possess ourselves of the minds of the Goy, meaning the Goyim. They call you people out here useless eaters, the Goyim, you heathens. It says communities to such an extent that they all come near looking upon the events of the world through the colored glasses of those spectacles we are setting astride their noses. Meaning what? They're putting before your face what they want you to know. They only giving you the information they want you to hear. They telling you what you want to hear and what they want you to know. They're controlling it. See what I'm saying? They're the puppet masters. They're pulling the strings. They're only telling you what they want you to know to be true or false in the media. It said, if already now there is not a single state where there exists for us any barriers to admittance into what Goy stupidity calls state secrets, what will our positions be then? When we shall be acknowledged supreme lords of the world in the person of our king of all the world. Who is their king of all the world? Satan. That's their king, not YAHAWASHI. It says, let us turn again to the future of the printing press. Everyone desirous of being a publisher, librarian, or printer will be obliged to provide himself with the diploma instituted thereof, which in case of any fault will be immediately impounded. With such measures The instrument of thought will become an educative means on the hands of our government, meaning you're going to learn what they put out here for you to learn. It says, which will no longer allow the mass of the nation to be led astray and by ways and fantasies about the blessings of progress. Is there any one of us who does not know how that these phantom blessings are the direct roads to foolish imaginings which give birth to anarchical relations of men among themselves and towards authority, because progress, or rather the idea of progress, has introduced the conception of every kind of emancipation, but has failed to establish its limits. All the so-called liberals are anarchists. So all the so-called liberals are anarchists. Those are the ones, like you see even in the government, you have liberals. You have the Republicans, you have the Democrats, you have your right wing, your left wing, and you have your liberals. All those work for the same people. See what I'm saying? It says, if not in fact, at any rate in thought, every one of them in hunting after phantoms of freedom and falling exclusively into license, that is, into the anarchy of protest for the sake of protest. It says, free press destroyed. So there is no longer the idea of freedom of speech or freedom of press, meaning what? That constitutional right is out the window. It said, we turn to the periodical press. We shall impose on it, as on all printed matter, stamp taxes per sheet and deposits of caution money, and books of less than 30 sheets will pay number of magazines, will pay double, Salakia. We shall reckon them as pamphlets in order, on the one hand, to reduce the number of magazines, which are the worst form of printed poison, and on the other, in order that this measure may force writers into such lengthy production that they will be little read, especially as they will be costly. At the same time, what we shall publish ourselves to influence mental development in the direction laid down for our profit will be cheap and will be read voraciously. The tax will bring vapid, literally, ambitions within bounds, and the liability to penalties will make literary men dependent upon us. And if there should be any found who are desirous of writing against us, they will not find any person eager to print their production. So anybody that's printing any articles or writing any articles against the government, it's not going to be printed. See what I'm saying? Even though the government has somewhat of means of people trying to deceive the people, because the government got things called control opposition, where they allow certain things to come out, but it's still being controlled. Even though they're given the imagination that they're against the government, they're still being controlled by the government of what they can say or print. You see what I'm saying? Or write or publish. It says, before accepting any production for publication in print, the publisher or printer will have to apply to the authorities. Who is the authority? The elite banking family. For permission to do so. Thus we shall know beforehand of all tricks preparing against us, and shall nullify them by getting ahead with explanation on the subject treated of. So in order for you to produce, in order for you to publish anything, you got to get the say-so from the government. If they don't agree with it, guess what? It's not being printed. You see what I'm saying? If it's not going according to their plans or their agenda, your article is not getting printed. Your magazine will not be published. See what I'm saying? It says, let me see. Well, I'm gonna jump down to the section where it say only lies printed. It said methods of organization like these, imperceptible to the public eye, but absolutely sure, are the best calculated to succeed in bringing the attention and the confidence of the public to the side of our government. Meaning what? Under control of the government. We're going to force everybody's opinions and ideas to side with the government. It said, thanks to such methods, we shall be in a position as from time to time may be required. To excite or to tranquilize the public mind on political questions like what? These gun laws and gun rights. It said to persuade or to confuse, printing now truth, now lies, facts or their contradiction according as they may be well or ill received, always very cautiously feeling our ground before stepping upon it, we shall have a sure triumph over our opponents, since they will not have at their disposition organs of the press in which they can give full and final expression to their views. Meaning what? Your views won't matter. See what I'm saying? The government controls what you think, say, or do when it comes to the press, when it comes to the magazine, or anything being published on TV or radio, or any type of media form. It said, owing to the aforesaid methods of dealing with the press, we shall not even need to refute them except very superficially. See what I'm saying? So all these false flags, staged events, because even on the news, I caught it today on NBC. You had the teenager that supposedly been at the school shooting in Florida. He mentioned the word crisis actors. Crisis actors are those actors that they hire, you know what I'm saying, in these false flags attempts to make it seem like it was a real major crisis going on, but it wasn't. These are all hired actors, man. Hired hands. See what I'm saying? To carry out what? The elite's agenda, to push this false flag through the media. To get everybody scared so they could what? Be on board with taking away your Second Amendment right to bear arms. See what I'm saying? So like the scriptures say, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, we're not ignorant of his devices, man. So we're not ignorant of what's going on, man. Just like it tells us in the Apocrypha, be not ignorant of any matter, small or great. We're not ignorant, man, to what Satan is doing, man. We know the propaganda you putting out there. We know your game plan is to what? Take the guns away from American citizens, so when you declare martial law, these people will be left defenseless. They won't have no hope of surviving or protecting themselves or protecting their families at home. But the men of the Lord, we have the true protection, which is who? YAHAWASHI. He's a shield and a buckler to us. See what I'm saying? That's the strong tower that we run to. YAHAWASHI. Everybody don't have that protection like the hopeful elect of Israel have, man. Lord willing, I'm one of those men as well as 144,000. See, this is the mind state of America right here. You know, let me show you right quick. You see this Edomite? What is he doing? He digging in the trash, looking for food, man. America's done, man. This is the mind state of America. This is the kingdom of Esau falling right before your face, man. You see what I'm saying? This Edomite is eating out the trash. See what I'm saying? That's America. America's done, man. See what I'm saying? The Lord said we would have healed Babylon, but she is not to be healed. Take balm for her. You know what I'm saying? If she was to be healed, she would be healed. But guess what? She's not. Babylon is no longer a golden cup in the Lord's hand. You see what I'm saying? It's over for Babylon. It's over for America. America will be destroyed. Kahala YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI Brakatah. See what I'm saying? So the kingdom of heaven is being established for who? Israel. You see what I'm saying? So hey, you brothers out there, man, hey, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. See what I'm saying? We know what's going on in this society. It's over for America, man. See what I'm saying? It is over. This is representation of America falling, man. This Edomite. See what I'm saying? Eating out the trash. It's over for America, man. So with that, Kahala YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much love, peace, and blessing to your hopeful elect brothers that's pushing the truth across the four corners of the globe. With that, Abad Babal, Kwame Sha'ala. See, Esau is going back to his cave-like mentality. Look at him. He looked like a caveman. Homeless, unshaved. You know what I'm saying? In his society, he's supposed to be clean cut and shaved. But no, he's going back to his natural state of being Esau. See what I'm saying? Red and hairy. See what I'm saying? So with that, hey, Kwame Sha'ala, you know what I'm saying? Shalom.